Hi, I'm Elizabeth Barry. Thank you for going through the 6 personalities to embody your highest self. We are personality 2 in the course, the Awareness Chief. The second personality is about embodying your highest self. And so my question becomes, how do you show up in this world? How do you show up? Do you know? Do you pay attention to how you show up? Do you have the awareness of that? Right? Perspective is a large part of the kindness innovation. It's a great big part of designing your mind to be kind so that you present your authentic self to the world. And it becomes second habit. It becomes ritualistic. It becomes part of the lifestyle of who you are. Now, the second personality is the awareness chief. And I chose the word chief specifically because it reminds me of the beauty of the Native Americans who took care of Mother Earth and Mother Nature and shared endless stories of love around the fires that burned and bellowed into the air. And they took care of the beauty of this earth and the beauty of the world around them. Just like we're sharing so much of Mother Nature through this course and through the body of my work, the Awareness Chief asks you to light a fire in your life, to become open to who you are and what life can be about when you share your truth with the world. When you have the awareness to be silent and to be vocal with respect, and you gain belief in yourself, and you understand that even if you can't see something, you can trust in it. Your heart can fly free. And that's the goal, really. That's the goal. At the end of all of our personalities, we're going to reach the 6th personality to embody your highest self, which is the freedom spirit. We're all going through this work so that we can reach a set of freedom, a belief in ourselves, this freedom flight. See, the awareness to wake up to who you wish to be and to explore what it means to be a brave soul, learning how you show up, everything matters. Your words matter. Awareness as a human being is almost as if it's the elephant in the room, right? It's asking you the tough questions that make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's like you kind of know that you're not doing it right, but you get told and then you feel a little uncomfortable, maybe a little sweaty, maybe a little embarrassed. So questions like, do you slouch? All of a sudden, if I ask you if you slouch, you start to raise your shoulders and sit up. Do you fold your arms when you're upset? Do you roll your eyes? Do you huff and puff? Do you raise your voice? Do you close yourself out or shut yourself off from people when you're mad at them? Do you interrupt people? Do you type away nasty emails when you need to react? Are you filled with anger? Are you fearful? Are you insecure? Are you jealous? All of those awareness traits come into these awareness chief personalities so that you can look at your flaws, become aware of them, and become proud to own them. And it sounds a little silly, but I'm telling you, when you start to own the things that your ego is bullying you to believe, these BS stories, to be insecure, to be jealous, for what? When you step into the awareness chief personality, you understand the knowledge and understanding that you exist, and being aware of your personality and being aware of your behaviors, it'll test your cognitive abilities to be present. And with the presence and the nowness that you're receiving through this course, most likely you're willing to shift. And if you're not aware of how you're showing up and you're receiving all of these little, maybe these subliminal messages from being in this course, if you've previously thought that you cannot change or you didn't have to change, and now you're recognizing some of the things, well, welcome home. That's the beauty of this work. When you apply and shift the habits and the personalities in real time, when you act with integrity and are able to admit your not so great moments, although painful, your awareness helps you notice that when you're not being your best self, you have the choice to change. You have the choice to step into your higher self. When you let go of emotion, you are left with reality. When you let go of emotion, you are left with reality. And awareness is nothing without action. Action is nothing without practice. And we're really talking about action here. And when we put action into place, when we become actively active, awareness helps us free ourselves from those ugly or embarrassing moments that can turn into an ownership of shifting in the moment. Remember our pebbles and our pails from the first personality? This is a creative way to learn to just let go and to be and stop chasing what doesn't work anymore, to just be and to be aware of what you need to be. That the awareness chief personality opens up the space to hear your intuition, to openly admit to mistakes large and small. You see, when you become exceedingly aware that you can be humble instead of judgy, humble instead of to justify and defend and to force and demand if something doesn't go your way, it's like a celebration of awareness when we meet our obstacles head on. And we can see this drastic humiliation staring us in the face, and we get to choose to become more aware and to show up as our higher self. The awareness chief asks you to say, I'm sorry. May we start again? May I say that again? I didn't phrase it the right way. Right? The awareness chief personality asks you to apologize in real time. And if you don't apologize in real time and you wanted to, I ask that you use this personality to push you, to encourage you to apologize shortly thereafter. You see, your relationships and your connections embrace more of a tenacity, of an intimacy without the fear of separation when you step into this personality trait. When you adopt awareness into your life, you open up a conversation with yourself and with others, and you step into this silence and this quiet space of how to become a better human being. You might have silent conversations with yourself if you acted poorly, where you would say, your mind, your intuition would say, oh, well, yeah, you acted poorly there. Yeah, that's not good. You did that. You did that. Are you sorry? Did you apologize? No. Well, why don't you go and apologize? Oh, you're embarrassed. Oh, well, it's okay. You can go. Do you believe you can go and do this? Those are the internal conversations. When your accountability comes in and has a silent conversation with you to say, are you willing to make a change? Because that didn't sound too good. That exchange was not very good. Or you're talking to yourself in your head. Now, again, I'm playing with you here, but these inner conversations will help you clear away the mediocrity that you might be holding on to at any point in time because of the ego. The ego is a great liar. The ego is like a gatekeeper that holds you back from your happiness. And when you start to practice these inner conversations to step into the personality of the awareness chief, you get to fix the obstacles in the moment and be okay with messing up. And although becoming aware of your flaws is, takes you on this hyper alertness of overdrive, and you get to see yourself in a new way, it's a chance for you to just be in the moment. And you're going to become hyper aware of your own flaws. And I bet you when you start to put this work into action, you're going to be hyper aware of the flaws of others. And even the slightest, simplest changes in your side of you will help you show up, and you get to notice how other people need the tools as well. And that's one of the most fascinating pieces of this work of Design Your Mind to Be Kind. And the kindness innovation is that once you start to do this work and show up kinder, calmer, more respectfully, with integrity, with dignity, you don't need to bully or argue with people anymore. You just let it go. You realize that a lot of people don't have those tools. And the other cool part is that people will respect you a little bit more. You're going to earn so much more respect when you don't do the things that you used to do. It's a sign of mastery. It's a sign of maturity at any age. There is no ceiling to life learning. The awareness chief knows that if you are reactive, it may be time to commit to change. If you don't like something, you have the choice to communicate that. Caring about how you show up in life is a brave and courageous act. It's a part of your personal and professional development. So awareness is that trait that helps you value who you are and accept or not accept what is put in front of you, and you have the choice to change. There's a Greek aphorism that states, know thyself. Know thyself. So I ask you that when you start to know who you are and become aware of who you are, you start to tap into your purpose. You start to tap into the reason that you've been placed on this earth. So this is the The beautiful awareness chief. This is our second personality to embody your highest self. You're now receiving your nod to step into the awareness chief personality. Remember to have those awareness check-in moments and those invisible conversations with yourself to say, that didn't go too well. You know, and be okay with that. And that's how you become humble and become vulnerable with the things that you're not so comfortable at. And that's how you become a kind communicator. See you in the next personality.